Hey guys, Salvi here, just reminding you to, of course, like, subscribe, and follow, and all that kind of good stuff that YouTube asks if you enjoy what video I'm going to put out for you today. Thank you. Before I start with this part, I do want to let you guys know that I don't think it is a good look. I don't think that any one person should be penalized for, or any organization should be penalized for who they associate with, but I will give you both sides, and I'll give you my opinion on this. Just let you know that I don't think it's right that Filian and the Vtuber awards were hit this way. Necessarily, it's not a good look, but I can understand where they're coming from. So let's take a look at this. We have WePlay Studios right now, the production company, who is going to be ceasing operations based on some founder interactions with the Russian community. Let's take a look at everything that goes on here. As a company deeply rooted in Ukraine, WePlay Studios has consistently shown a pro-Ukrainian position. Since February 2022, we have terminated all collaborations with individuals and entities in the Russian Federation and Republic of Belarus. The reason why is because the Ukraine war has been going on since 2022. And of course, the Russian Federation and Belarus are agitators in that whole thing. They are, adversaries. So of course, they're going to be stopping that kind of stuff. Remain committed to working with partners who share and respect those values. Unfortunately, recent developments have prompted us to reevaluate our involvement in one particular project. WePlay Studios has discontinued its work of the Vtuber Awards and will no longer be involved in its production. This decision follows an action taken by the event host and founder, cooperation with the Russian community, which is not aligned with our values and position. Despite this, the Vtuber Award Show represents a unique and ambitious initiative within the entertainment industry, and we are proud of the creative and technical contributions our team has made over the past 2 years. We are grateful to the companies and collaborators who partnered with us throughout the process. So I fully understand that. Don't let the door hit you on the way out, I guess. Look, son, Jesus Christ, enjoy the war. People are being very, very, very mean. Good job bending the people that don't even watch your content productions. You know what happens next. They're not bowing to people who don't watch the productions. They are staying true to their beliefs, which is that they are being attacked in an unjust way in the sense of the war, and are splitting everything with anybody who has any kind of ties to the Russian Federation. And that is absolutely understandable, and that is absolutely fine in my opinion. As a lot of people have cut ties with the Russian companies and such. So my worry is that pro-Russian folks will target anyone who you work with or already are working with. What steps you take to prevent harassment targeting clients in the future? Do clients have to learn about OPSEC before working with your studio? Angie, we won't miss you. WePlay, it's just wrong. Understandable. It's always appreciated when the trash takes itself out. So people are just being mean. People are taking this as woke for some reason. People are taking this as an attack on the VTuber community. Because of the fact that they, obviously are saying either Filian or the, Shy Lily, any one of those. It is their right to not do this, of course. It says, VTuber Awards, Filian things right. Anyone got to do what she did. She collaborated with Russian VTubers. If that's true, then that's just downright stupid. Just because you're Russian doesn't mean you have anything to do with the Russian government it's doing. My great-grandpa who fought in the Pacific in World War II was pissed a family brought a Japanese car. It says in 2010. You can argue whether or not it's rational, but it's not exactly unheard of. That's my point. It's not fair. Like, at least they didn't mention Filian. And I can see the whole it not being fair to the VTuber community in a way. But remember, this isn't necessarily a woke thing. This is their countrymen are being attacked and dying from a specific group of a specific nation. And they may just not want to have anything to do with people of that specific nation. People have stopped talking to others for a lot less. I just want it to be understood that it is because an active war is going on in their country. It is a very sensitive thing for them. I am not going to put any value judgments on that. At the very least, they're not saying that she's a horrible person. They're not saying, oh my God, we don't like you, etc. It's just certain things don't align with what they want. They don't want anything to do with Russia, and that is their prerogative. I am not that extreme because my country is not at war. I'm not that extreme because I'm not in an active conflict. So I would not have taken this route. Be perfectly honest with you, I would not have taken this route. But I can understand why they did it. It's just, there's going to be another company. The VTuber Awards are going to continue going. the quality is not going to lower because these people are gone. So in a way, they're not going to be missed. But in a way, you should also respect what they're doing. Churiruby, a VTuber who I had on the VTuber Showcase recently, has had a bit of some things going on. Says, I'm not dead, but I might have bad news. Life is not daijobu. So, life does hit you with some hard stuff, very hard stuff. Sometimes stuff that you can barely handle or not even handle, and you have to take a break, which is perfectly fine. If she had to take one, if she was going to take one, perfectly fine. But we have some other news that changed everything. Says, never mind, good news, I'm back. But Dej, after this whole rough week, though. So they are, emotionally kind of drained. And, of course, their energy may not be exactly the level that they normally would be. But they also have, explaining everything because that can kind of confuse people. So he says, for context, I had an unexpected personal issue come up that nearly led to a long-term streaming hiatus. But thankfully, it got resolved so I can get back to streaming. This week felt like hell. On a brighter note, I got accepted into college and will be starting this year. So, with that being accepted into college, which is an amazing thing, congratulations for that. Of course, that will mean that if she was, streaming a ton before, she won't be streaming that much now. She might be streaming maybe an hour or so in the afternoons or whatever, maybe even less often, maybe only on the weekends, etc., things like that, because college, having been through it myself, gotten a bachelor's myself, it does take a lot of your time. It does take a lot of your time. If you do it right, it'll take a lot of your time because you're putting all your effort into it and you want to make sure you pass in the 4 years, which can be very difficult depending on what major you have. So the best of luck for her, the best of luck for them going forward, and I do hope that everything keeps on going brightly. Kyrio Cypher used to be Hex Haywire in Nidisanji, in case if you didn't know, in case if you were a Hex fan and didn't know at this point, well, now you know. And that's why I say it. Not because I want to tie him to anything he's done in the past. That is the past. He has done a ton, and I do mean a ton, to try to fix the issues that he felt he had in the past and he felt needed to be fixed. So that is, I always give people a second chance when they try to do something good for themselves. So let's continue on. That was my short little intro to that. And we're going to continue on with something that says here. I'm a little nervous, but I think I'm finally going to introduce my daughter on stream today. Please, no speculation. Be kind. And of course, this made people think, daughter, hold on, were you? It's like, nope, I'm not, nor have I ever been pregnant. Congratulations on a child delivery. I'm glad your pregnancy went without issues. See, I'm a prophet and didn't know about time. It says just a fat boy emote or didn't say anything. Basically a fat boy emote or preggers. M-preg, I guess, in this case. I hope she has fun time. Beautiful, so proud. So basically, people kind of were knowing that he was not talking about an actual child, more than likely. So here we go. Of course, this is the response there, and it ended up being a child from a blind box. Shayla Cypher, nothing compares to her money, does buy happiness, and it costs $30 plus tax. So it's from like a blind box from what it looks like. Great, let's brace ourselves for the non-stop, full-on daughter stan extravaganza from him in the next few days. Kyrio Cypher is a single father. Your daughter is very cute indeed, sir. Stop. I love skull pandas, especially teakwood. W daughter. Congratulations, she's beautiful. You should be proud. People understood that they understood the assignment. And of course, this was still unexpected. But it was a nice way of him just, messing around, having fun with his community. And of course, people, unfortunately, will take it negatively. Like, oh my God, I thought you actually had a daughter. You tricked us, blah, 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 blah. Other people are going to be happy that they didn't have a daughter. Either way, good times for them. They had fun with their family. That's what's important. Not family, but I mean, the Kyrio Cypher family, the Kyrio Cypher community. They had fun with that, and that is the best part of it all. There has been a positive update to a story that I did a while back around July 29th when this happened. I did a story on Amatsuka Uto, who did get their YouTube kind of hacked through their Google account, linked to the YouTube channel, getting hacked before. And of course, they had to work through that whole process, reached out to Team YouTube, did everything that was requested of them. Of course, Team YouTube usually asks you to do those things through AI first. AI is the one who deals with that stuff first, and they eventually were, working through everything. The account was deleted, of course, because cryptocurrency, but a lot of times, not necessarily deleted, but YouTube can pretty much take it out of the running of ever being seen and ever actually being able to be reached. It does end up being in a 404. This thing doesn't exist, which is basically it has been taken off. It's taken basically offline in order for it to be gotten back if it has been, the account has been hacked. She ended up recovering her Google account, as she says here. We'll start working on restoring my YouTube channel. Huge thanks to everyone who supported me and to YouTube and Google as well. Not sure about future plans yet, but I'm really grateful to those waiting, wishing you all happiness. And that is the newest one. So I'm really hopeful that things will look up for them. I'm really hopeful that things will actually happen, which it looks like it did. I just double checked this specific Target Love thing because I was trying to see if they actually got their channel back, which they did here. Matsuka Uto is 595k subscribers, so it would have been a humongous loss for them if they had not been able to get it back. Now, I'm very glad they were able to get it back, and they are going to probably be streaming soon and continuing the things that they have there. I do hope that everything is good, unless it's another account that I'm mistakenly thinking it's this one. But from what I can see, this is the only one that she did have, and it seems like it is back. Maybe not everything, but at least the large majority of it is back, and I'm glad. Chris, the Holo Pro Simp, has shown something interesting about Hololive, and let's get right into it before I just start chatting your ears off. Looks like things are going to be interesting for Hololive. In the PC Gamer interview, Yago said that Hololive might expand to Twitch, and he looks forward to having more gamers in the agency. Now, of course, expansion does not mean that they are abandoning YouTube. It means that they're going to be allowing their talents. I think Laplace already shows up on Twitch. Laplace already does her things on Twitch. But they're going to be having more of their talents have the opportunity to go to Twitch and have the opportunity to be able to stream there. I believe ERB, Elizabeth Roseblood, is also doing that as well. It's more recent people doing it. So they are kind of opening up to it. And it says here, Tanigo says that Hololive will look forward to having more talent that can play games that are popular in the US. Unlike competitive FPS games, the goal, as I understand, is to have Hololive VTubers cultivate an audience tied to specific genres or games like any other streamer on Twitch, and to let that lead to sponsorships and collabs in the future. So before that, he said, push toward gaming will also include streaming on Twitch, which he says wasn't a priority before because it's not super popular in Japan. We built up our fan base mainly on YouTube up to this point, but as we want to hit a gaming audience, it's very likely they will focus more on Twitch in the future. So when it comes to the gaming streams and stuff like that, I think what they're going to be doing, I hope what they're going to be doing is multi-streaming, because remember, Twitch does allow multi-streaming as long as you split the chats between Twitch and YouTube, kind of have both chats there. They can figure out a way to do that. But yeah, they usually are okay with it. Twitch is okay with it as long as you split the chats in some way, shape, or form. Probably have them at the bottom, 2 separate chats, moving at different paces and stuff like that. So I think usually it should be fine, but I think also it will depend. It will absolutely depend. I have a lot of things in here, but it will depend on the talent themselves. Some will want to separate maybe the Twitch streams from the regular streams, kind of doing both separately, as in maybe more idle stuff on YouTube, and maybe doing some gaming on Twitch and some gaming on YouTube to see how it will go. If it's not super successful, I think that they may abandon it eventually. But of course, we continue on. You can never have good things when you're having discussions on the internet, of course. I'm all for discussions about whether Twitch, the platform, is demonic or not. Please don't talk bad or insult Twitch streamers and compare them with HoloMems. Believe it or not, there are many successful streamers or VTubers who stream on there, and I can think of Mouse as an example. Mouse, Zen, Giga, Spite, all the girly pops that still exist, like Numi, Shy Lily, Bao, those girls, they do extremely well. Just talking about the girls, there are tons of guys who do extremely well on Twitch as well, male VTubers. It's just, it gets a little bit too argumentative a lot of times. And it says here, there seems to be some overreaction towards this. Just to be clear, Holo is not entirely moving to Twitch, which I said, of course, they wouldn't. It's just that Twitch will be considered a second platform to grow in and give members more of options to stream it. You may not like Twitch, but the interest is not baseless. And also, it is business. If you have a place that has not been tapped yet, and you can possibly expand to it, and possibly get yourself more monies in the process, you as a company are doing your investors a disservice and even your talents a disservice if you don't go and look for it. Momosuzu Nene, or Nenechi as she's known, she's a part of the 5th generation of Hololive JP, and along with us, as you can see there, of course, Omaru Poka, Lami, and Shishiro Botan. Yukihana Lami and Shishiro Botan. And of course, this kind of skipped by me, and I do apologize for letting it skip by me, but here we have, on the 18th of July, she came out with a new form, a new outfit, whatever you want to call it. What could it be? She became Megane, so she has some Megane stuff. And this is the look that she has, but let us show you exactly the whole thing. Of course, in the beginning, as always, you have, of course, pantsu there, but, you know, people drawing them, kids, all different sizes, all different people that are having different, you know, amount of experience when it comes to any of that kind of stuff. And, of course, you have this one here. You have all the different styles. Of course, since it's summer, they are all kind of getting an idea of what it could be. And now we will, of course, show you guys what everything is. They got some of it right. It is kind of a lab coat type of thing. And of course, it is very Nene. It's very Nene.
ドロドロになっちゃった。虫かごの外でよかったの。確かに。
So she loves catching beetles. That's what that little place is there. That's that little thing there, the green thing. I believe it's like to catch bugs and stuff like that and keep them in there. So she loves catching beetles. She loves her rhinoceros beetles. She loves her beetles overall. She got her Megane. The Otaku Megane there. And of course the full design over here. It is very, very cute. Lots of people love it. It is very, very Nene. It's very Nene.
入れ替わって配信してもわからん説っていうのを。野良猫ちゃんありがとう。人生オンラインちゃん、新章かわいい。
And there you go. She can switch between both of them. And she
き
has that look there. Very, very cute overall. So yeah, that is of course something wonderful that Nene has done. And I'm sorry that it was on the 18th of July. And I missed it. I apologize for that. But there you go. Welcome back, everybody, to the VTuber Showcase, the place where I like to showcase up-and-coming VTubers of various sizes, shapes, forms, types, everything in between. I do this because I want it to be a positive space in the VTubing area, the VTubing community, the VTubing sphere, whatever you want to call it. And I want to start with Saltae today. Saltae VT is an albino raccoon girl here. And, of course, let's take a look at their Twitch, which you have here. And it says, "Heyo, I'm Salt. Just your chill Puerto Rican raccoon girl. I talk about pooping a lot. I'm sorry." And here we go. Let's talk about this.
I think.
Salt, I have something for you.
Oh, what does that mean? What is that?
Is it better?
Yeah, it's better. It's still
Okay,
there.
it's flowing directly
Kill
on the
him.
mic.
How dare you? And of course, here we go with them on their YouTube side. They do have the videos, the debuts, the VODs that are on their live side on YouTube, of course. They also have, basically, they are doing co-streaming from what it looks like on YouTube and Twitch, which I do as well. It is very useful, of course. And I'm glad they do have their VODs stuck on YouTube because that is a better place to put them. Thank you, Saltae, for allowing me to showcase you on my channel. I do hope this helps you in some way. Thank you guys for watching as always, and of course take a look, and if you enjoy everything, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification icon, all those things that YouTube asks of you. Really do appreciate you. Have a wonderful day.